going to be the podcast on the take, allegedly. So that's okay. I mean, it's not my network. My network's right here behind the velvet rope, but she ain't going to learn anything. We're going to have the same old toxic thing. Can people change? I don't know. I'd like to think so, but does a leopard really change its spots? No pun intended, because the woman loves leopard. So he hasn't learned, she hasn't learned, and he's wishing harm on his enemies. And Trey Fab posted it. Thank you, dear. And we're talking about it here today for a quick hit. We got to move on because we never get to everything we have to with our quick hits. There's this other thing going around, a blind item. I love these blind items. I saw this and so many people sent me this. Here is a blind item. I don't even know who originally posted this. So I love to give credit like I just gave to TreyFab. I don't know. I've gotten this in my DMs 800 times. Blind item number 7. So I don't know where the fuck this is. So is there a blind item 1 through 6? The East Coast housewife who loves being on display, okay, we all know that's Melissa, is petrified of the gossipy housewife who used the slur because she has serious dirt on her. Obviously, that's Marge. Hi, Marge, my friend Marge the Sarge. You know her. She's listening. Come on. They all listen. Sarah and I had an evening. I was in LA last week. We went out with Kathy Hilton and Sutton for a night. We were talking about that this week, coming this week, our Thursday and Friday show. We will recap our night out with Kathy and Sutton. And they even listen. We'll get into that. I mean, they admitted that they listened, and Kathy knew everything that came out of my mouth. Again, guys, not a brag, not a humble brag. I don't want people to listen. I want you guys to listen. But they all listen, and that's how, this is why I don't want to be friends with housewives. Let's just rip off the Band-Aid because you're going to get mad at me eventually. But we love Kathy and we love Sutton. We don't say nothing bad about them. Those are our girls down the street where I live in LA. But Marge the Sarge is listening. So the East Coast housewife who loves being on display is petrified of the gossipy housewife who used the slur because she has serious dirt on her. Expect the gossipy housewife to start talking if she's fired from the show. She only kept her secrets because she needed an ally. I mean, do I believe this is true? Do I think, here's the thing about my friend, the Sarge. We all know the Sarge. Margaret doesn't get dirty in your face. She does it, underhandedly, so to speak. Do I think Margaret, if she is fired from the show, which I think she is going to be, no offense, lots of people are going to be this round, is going to just say, I don't need an ally anymore in Melissa, and therefore just wake up and start spilling the dirt. I actually don't believe this. Do I think that the whole Melissa kiss Nick thing Margaret was in the middle of? Yes. Do I think Margaret has dirt on Melissa? Yes. Do I think secretly that Margaret wanted to be number 1 on the call sheet and overthrow Teresa and her best friend Melissa? Yes, I do. I think Margaret felt in her own mind she probably contributed more to the show than number 2 on the call sheet, Melissa, and wanted her overthrown. But do I think she's going to just say, I'm fired and now I'm bitter and I don't care and I'm just going to start spewing forth all sorts of nonsense about Melissa? I don't think so. She's going to hold it in her back pocket for when she needs it, girl. Do I think they'll hang out 24/7 when Margaret's not on the show? No. If Melissa's also not on the show, which is possible, then yeah, I think they'll hang out more. If Melissa and Joe get a spinoff, maybe Margaret and Joe will be part of it. There may be a spinoff with Margaret and Joe. And I mean, we really might have almost like 2 RHONJs with Melissa and Joe having a spinoff and Margaret being on it. Who knows? Listen, the network is not done, I don't think, with Melissa. I don't think they're done with Margaret. They look what they're doing with Luann and this dating show. They love bringing people back. They love using people from the past. And they are good housewives and they're in good standing. And they've done the job and they've contributed a lot. So say what you want about Marge. No love lost I got for her. But she's done the job really well for many seasons. So I don't believe this. I call bullshit on it. I think that Margaret is all about Margaret. She has a lot of dirt on Melissa that she would not hesitate to use with a below of a breath if she had to, but it doesn't serve her just to wake up and say, I'm going to do an Instagram. I mean, she's not thirsty. I think if there was something in it for her, sure, but just to give it all away for free and go on Instagram and be like, I need to feel good about myself. No, I mean, there's a lot of housewives like that in that category, but I'm not even going to put Margaret in there. I don't think she would do it. So I call bullshit on this one. Rachel Fuda has opened her mouth and said she's in her Diet Coke and toddler slash teen mom slash unemployed slash Jersey girl era. Well, everybody has gone insane and said Rachel Fuda has been fired from the Real Housewives of New Jersey because she is unemployed. Come on, I call bullshit on that too. Rachel is a very smart girl. She's blocked me. I don't know why, because I actually kind of like the girl. Joanne Fuda and her husband Rachel, they have both blocked me. I don't know why, but everybody blocks me. Not Sutton and Kathy, so you know what? The important ones don't. No one in Beverly Hills does because they're normal and they have fucking lives and they have money and they're living. They don't get down in the petty dirt like that rat that fucking scurries, Tamra. We're going to talk about her in a second too. But so Rachel says she's unemployed. The world has gone crazy on this too and said Rachel's confirmed she's fired. She's not fired. She's actually just a smart woman. She is unemployed for all intents and purposes at the moment. The show is not on. The show is not coming back for Halloween. It is not starting to film for Christmas. We are months and months and months and months and months away. Again, it's like running any business. You have a problem you have to deal with and you're so busy and you just some days then check in and are like, we're going to focus today on what's easy. New Jersey and fixing it ain't easy. Now we have grumblings coming along about Vanderpump, and I believe that there's going to be 2 shows and there's going to be a whole new cast and there's going to be a final episode, a final season for the OGs. I actually believe that. So we are getting somewhere with Vanderpump. So we will start chatter with New Jersey. I don't think the show's gone, but it ain't happening soon and it is going to be next year. And so, yeah, Rachel is a smart woman. If I were her, I would be saying I'm unemployed now too. Dolores said that she went to the accountant. How are we going to manage the finances? So I think it's smart. I think she is unemployed. I personally think if Jersey comes back, which I think it will, I don't think Rachel is being fired. I think she's going to be back, but it's smart. It's good for you and smart to say you're unemployed now because girlfriend, they're all unemployed. And until it comes back and until we have a cast and all this, I think it's really smart to say you're unemployed. But do I think she's been fired? No, I think people have taken lots of misconstrued. We're saying Andy said this. A lot of people are running with things this week. So Rachel's fine. Now, before we finish, let's get to the rat. She's in the corner. She's does not even getting a piece of Gouda today. This rat, that scurries, the Tam, her as the Tam rat, she is really, really, really misbehaving. You're misbehaving, Miss Judge. Now, later this week, in addition to talking about our night out with Sutton and Kathy, Sarah and I